I owe the IRS $16,000. Hey, it's Nate, the Money Wrangler. I'm here to help you wrangle your money. So today we're going to focus on a particular person who has a bull that needs to be wrangled. So let's go ahead and get into their situation. So this is coming from Reddit. And the subject is, I owe the IRS $16,000. That's $16,000 you owe the IRS. That's a problem. But anyway, I ran a small business as a sole proprietor for about 7 years, averaging about $100K per year in sales. That's amazing. It paid the bills, and on paper I was making a small profit. It became too much, so I closed the business. I got a job, and even though the wage is higher, so is rent and the cost of living. After I closed the business, I didn't make any luxury purchases or bought a house, etc. Just paid rent and lived. My mistake was not paying the self-employment taxes for the 7 years. You didn't pay the taxes for, all right, let's just keep going. Now I owe $16,000 to the IRS. I've heard horror stories of the IRS taking everything to pay the debt, but I own nothing of value. I have 2 cars, both over 25 years old, and over 200,000 miles each. Not classics or desirables, just well maintained. My wage covers rent and food, hardly anything left. So what will the IRS take? If they garnish my wage, I will be homeless. I tried to set up a payment plan, but I can't make the $299 minimum payment to get a plan, and they won't take the $100 a month I offered. I don't know what to do. Wow. So this is a situation where someone owes $16,000. They were doing reasonably well in their business, making about $100K in sales. I don't know exactly what their, take home was out of that. But looks like the business didn't work out, so they had to go and get a traditional job. And right now, they're basically only able to cough up about $100 a month. So definitely very tight. So my advice to you, definitely unqualified advice as the money wrangler, is number one, to start with a budget. You gotta get your finances under control. You have to list out every single thing that you owe month over month. You have to look at everything that you're paying, every single transaction that comes out of your bank account to and from, you need to be completely aware of. There are a lot of budgeting apps that you can utilize to help kind of organize your life. If you're a follower of Dave Ramsey, he's got the Every Dollar app. There's a free version of that app that can kind of help you along your way. There's also paid versions of the same app. There's also YNAB, which stands for You Need a Budget. Those are great applications that can help kind of organize your finances in one central location. So that, for sure, that's something that you've got to do. If you owe $16,000 to the IRS, if you see any type of line that looks like Netflix or Hulu or YouTube Sports or whatever subscription that you've got, bro, you can't do that. If you owe the government $16K, you can't have any of those other items. You need to get and squeeze as much money as possible out of your budget. You also mentioned that you have 2 cars. If you're single and you have 2 vehicles, you might want to reevaluate that. You definitely want to look at selling one of those vehicles. You may not get a lot out of it. It looks like both of the cars have over 200,000 miles out of it. So, I mean, at best, you'll probably get a couple thousand, maybe even a few $1,000s for any one of those vehicles. You need to let one of them go. If you're only using one at a time and they're both in decent condition, they're still operable, sell one. You definitely just sell one. And right about now, we're right around tax season. So if you're filing your taxes this year and you're expecting any type of return, you definitely want to just give that to the IRS directly. Don't even bother seeing anything like that come into your bank account. So those would be the first steps that I would take to wrangle this particular bull. And then, of course, you're going to have to look at increasing your income. If you've gotten your expenses as low as you possibly can and it's still not enough, you've got to increase your income. That's the only way out of the situation. So that's going to mean, yes, you may have to take on a second job. You may have to look at things like Instacart and DoorDash and all these other things, because that's the only way that you're going to get some more money. That's the only way out of this situation. So that's what I would do. And in this particular situation, if it really is as tight as you're describing it, you may also have to consider doing things like moving in with family. That's a great way to get rid of the cost of living. If you've got a supportive family member that you can kind of lean on for a very short period of time, of course, don't abuse that. Set a particular expectation. Say, hey, look, I just need a place to crash for 4 months. Just give me 4 months and I'll get back on my feet and get going again. These are the things that you're going to have to look at. And if it's still kind of a tight space, you may even have to look at moving to a different location in order to get some more income. So these are some of the things that I would do first and foremost to wrangle this particular bull. So number one, get a budget. Number two, cut out all of the nonsense. If you've got a ice cream subscription, get it out of here. You can't afford to eat ice cream if you owe the IRS $16,000 and you're stressed out. Like, there's no point in doing that. Just don't do anything like that. So stupid things, they've got to go. Only the necessities. If you got 2 vehicles and they're both working condition, sell one of them. If you only use one and the other one's not in working condition, sell the one that's not working. There's really no reason to have 2 vehicles unless you have multiple people that you live with, or there's some kind of reason for that. But outside of that, cut it out. So those are some of the things that you got to look at. So that's my advice to wrangle this bull. And hopefully, if you are this person from Reddit who posted this, hopefully this was in some way helpful to you. And if you've got any questions, anybody else have any bulls that we can help wrangle, send them our way and we'll see what we can do to wrangle that bull. Thanks, guys. This video is not sponsored by YNAB, but YNAB, if you are listening, please sponsor your boy. But anyways, in the description below, there are 2 links. The first link is a standard non-referral link to ynab.com. It's a great service. I've been using it for a number of months. It can help you wrangle your finances. Again, there are other apps just like this. There's Every Dollar by Dave Ramsey. There's a bunch of them. They're all good. The second link is a referral link. So if you click on that, you get your first month for YNAB for free. And I also get 1 month of YNAB for free. So that's only if you want to help your boy out. But either way, it's all good. You just have to wrangle your finances, whether it's Excel, whoever you use, doesn't matter. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. This has been Nate the Money Wrangler. Thanks for watching. I gotta take this hat back. That's it.